Let's just start by getting into our sturdy chairs and getting comfortable. Just relax as much as you can. Kind of try to settle in and let your thoughts focus here. Unless you just need to give a minute to something that's on your mind so you can forget about it for a little while. Relax the place between your eyebrows. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Notice your body. Maybe do a little scan from head to toe. Do you have any places where you're holding stress or tension? Any places where you're feeling pain? Notice your breath. Does it feel smooth or forced? Relaxed? Stressful? We're just slowing down now.
Okay, I just
Yeah,
want to
just slowing down.
I was just getting ready to leave and
Yeah.
Neil Preston bought me some flowers today on my birthday. And he said, where you going? I said, there we go. Yeah. He
Yes.
said, where are you going? I said, the library.
Oh,
He said, there's a nice people
oh,
there.
well.
He said, I love to go to the library. I said, I do too.
Well,
I
so
thought I'd pass
nice.
that on to you.
We have a birthday girl in the room, everybody. And now we'll go back to our relaxing, getting nice and quiet and still. Happy birthday. So let's start to make our breath deeper now. We're going to breathe in through the nose. So the breath goes way down into the belly. Let your belly get big. And then exhale through the nose or through the lips as if you're blowing out a candle. And then repeat that at your own pace, just in and out, trying to make your exhales longer as you go. Now we're going to get ready to move into our stretching and strengthening. Remember, no pain and no strain. If we do anything that is painful to you, you can breathe like we just did. Breathe no matter what, but also you can make a different kind of movement if that's what you want to do. All right, so let's go ahead today. Let's start with the neck and the head. So we're just gonna nod. We'll say yes. A good crew. And then we'll do no. It can be as gentle as you need it to be. If you haven't moved around very much today, now just bring the chin to the chest and feel the back of the neck stretch and get nice and long. And then let your chin follow your collarbone and look over your shoulder. And then we'll bring the chin back to the chest and do the same thing on the other side. And chin to chest again. And come to face me. We're going to let one ear come to the shoulder on the same side. So you're stretching out your neck on the opposite side. You might extend your arm away from your body, and that intensifies that stretch. You might put a little weight across your head. And we'll release, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now you can release. And we're going to do a little circling. We're going to inhale as we circle forward. Again, this can be as small or as big as you want it to be. So inhale and then exhale. And then reverse. And then we'll let our circles become smaller and smaller until we're sitting upright again. Then we're going to open up, close in front like you're hugging a big beach ball. And repeat, inhale and exhale. Inhale. And this time you're going to give yourself a big hug on the exhale. And we'll inhale. And then exhale with a hug with the opposite arm on top. And then repeat those two. Inhale, hug on the exhale. And then inhale and hug with the other arm on top. Good. Now we'll release and we're going to just scoop up. So we're getting down into the low back now, son. And just turn your palms away from each other this time. And then exhale slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do the same thing again. Inhale. Palms away. Or palms, yes, away from each other. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, One. Very nice. Let's bring the arms back up with the palms facing down and do a few small circles. Now we're going to flip the palms over and reverse. And then bring fingertips to the shoulders and make some big circles. And reverse. Good. Now just bring your arms down by your sides and kind of press your upper arms, your elbows towards your body. Now we're going to grip all the muscles in the body except for the neck and the face. Those are going to stay nice and soft and pretty. So just start at your toes and start to squeeze the muscles of the feet, the legs, the pelvic girdle, like you're lifting off your chair, your abs, your chest, your arms. And really squeeze, inhale and squeeze tight, and then exhale to release. And then we'll repeat that. Inhale and squeeze, exhale to release. Now let's come up here for stop traffic. Just some small circles here. This feels a little different. You're going to feel a little more stretching in the arms than we did when we left the hands flat. And then we'll reverse. And then we'll go right into conductor. Really feel your shoulder blades squeeze together in the back when you open up here. Loosen up those muscles that hold us up. Break any of those spines that make us want to hunch. All right, and now we'll come straight out here and with our cactus arms, goalpost arms if you like football. Then we'll inhale and exhale to squeeze in front. Good. And let's just shrug the shoulders. Then we'll loosen them up with some rolling. I've done this already, but we'll do it again. And then reverse. Do a little airplane. And then we're going to reach up tall with one arm, down with the other, lean toward the lower arm. Look down, look at me, or look up under your elbow, whatever feels good to your neck. Breathe and really stretch. On your next inhale, bring the bottom arm up, and then exhale the other arm down, and repeat that. Just get really tall, and then lean over and stretch out your side. We'll inhale up, and now we're going to turn the palms toward the back of the room, and then exhale slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. Let's go ahead and work on our hands before we move to the low body. So you can rest your arms against your body. And we'll do claw first. We're going to do it with hands and feet. We'll inhale and just squeeze all the muscles of the hands and then the feet, and then exhale to release. And then repeat that a couple times. And then we're going to touch the thumb to every finger. Now complete your palm, face me, and take your fingertips and just pull them back. Stretch the forearm. And then we'll flip over, stretch the top of the hand. And then other side, same thing. And then let's circle. In reverse. And then you can just shake it out a little bit if you want. All right, we'll move down to the low body. We'll start with our little jog. And we'll do a few leg lifts. So you can leave your leg bent or you can straighten it without locking your knee. And we'll do several on one side and then we'll switch. Okay, let's switch legs. Same thing, you can bend as much as you want. And then we'll go into our forward bends or hinge and cross. So you can just do a forward bend if you choose, or you can cross over and lift. So if you're following me and doing the cross, we'll do several on one side and then we'll switch. Okay, switch. And then if you need to loosen your sides back up, you can do a quick airplane stretch in any way that you need to. Now we're going to do some jumping jacks, and you can go full on jumping jacks except seated, or you can choose to do only the low body, only the upper body, or kind of do a half and half so that you're not, it's a little easier to stay balanced if you don't do all the whole thing, so you get to choose here. And here we go. Good. And take a minute. Take a couple deep breaths. Then we'll scoot back into our chairs. We'll come up into staff pose. We're just engaging all the muscles like we did before. So we'll inhale and squeeze. Exhale to release. Come back up. We're going to work on the feet and the ankles. You all are used to me saying the wrong things. They do kind of the same thing, you know. Double circle. And reverse. And then we'll bend our knees and rest for just a second. And then we're going to come back up when you're ready. And we'll point the toes this time and do some scissors. So we'll work the inner and outer thighs here. Be sure you're squeezing your abs there to keep your back nice and strong. Good. We'll bend our knees. Take a good deep breath. And we'll go back and do another round of our leg lifts. Here we go. And switch. And then another round of the hinge and cross or the forward bend. It's kind of like a sit up. Oh, here we go. And switch sides if you're doing the side to side, the twist. Good. Now if you need to loosen your side up, go ahead and do that. And then we're going to turn over to one side of the chair and do our warriors. We'll start with warrior one. We're going to extend one leg behind, toe down, heel up. Adjust your tailbone, point it down so that your spine is neutralized. Then we're going to inhale up, look up toward those fingertips, and then we'll exhale down, inhale up and down. We'll do several of these. These are triceps dips. And now arms are up overhead again, and that's warrior one. We'll windmill down, warrior two. If it feels comfortable to you, you can extend your leg. And your torso's kind of facing me, but you're looking out over your fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears, ribs stacked over hips. Arms are really strong and extending wall to wall. And we're breathing. Now we're going to flip the front palm and tip back for peaceful warrior. I'm looking up towards your fingertips again. And then we'll move with the breath to come back down. Warrior two, bring the forearm above the knee or look behind. the breath again to come down and then back up, extending past the ear. This is side angle stretch. And then we're going to come out of that the same way we came in, back to our warrior two. And then you can come to face me in horse pose. We're going to put one shoulder into this space between the knees and then the other. And we're going to feel some good stretching in the shoulders, some twisting, some stretching in the inner thighs. So just move in and out of that as it feels good to you. I thought my video turned off there for a second. I heard a beep. All right, so we've stretched there in our horse pose. Now we're going to turn to the other side and repeat our warriors. So first, extend one leg behind, the one that's closer to your screen or closer to me. We inhale up, exhale down, and then repeat that several times. Those are triceps dips. And then arms overhead in your warrior one. We'll windmill down to warrior two. Extend your leg if that feels comfortable to you. And then look out over your fingertips. Ribs are stacked over hips. This is warrior two. Then we're going to flip one palm. And then hinge back into peaceful. Now get your hand. And then back down. Warrior two. Forearm above the knee. Palm facing up. Look behind. And draw your imaginary line. And then we're extending those fingertips as far as we can get them. This is side angle stretch, a great stretch and heart opener. Remember to breathe. And then move with your breath to come out of it the same way you came in. Back up to your warrior two. Very nice, everyone. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll do one more set of the hinge and cross and leg lifts. We'll start with this one this time. So again, you can choose this or you can choose the twist. Either is good. And switch legs if you're switching. Good. And then we'll just, if you need to loosen up a bit, take a second to do that. And then we'll go into our leg lifts and stretches. So we'll do a set on this leg and then we'll stretch this leg. Just let the heel rest. Knee is soft. Inhale up and then exhale to hinge out so that you're feeling a good stretch, maybe in your arch, and then all the way up through your hip. Breathe deeply. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come back up. We're going to hug that knee in to stretch the quadriceps. So we're just kind of hugging. You might rock around a bit and massage your glute. You might repeat some of the things we did for our ankles earlier. And then when you're ready, we're going to stretch the hip by crossing our legs either low or above the knee, keeping this foot flexed. So we're stretching this hip that you on camera can't see. You're already going to feel a stretch here, but if you want to hinge out, you can and intensify that stretch. You'll feel it a little deeper into the sits bones, a little deeper, and on the side too. And then when you're ready, you can sit back up. We'll place that foot down, and we'll repeat that on the other leg. So we'll lift and lower. And then let the heel rest. Knee stay softly bent. We'll inhale and then exhale to hinge out. Really breathe deeply and settle into that stretch. You can hold your chair if you need to. And then when you're ready, slowly come back up. We're going to hug that knee in. And you can do the same kind of things. Anything you want here, any kind of movement you want to make. Repeat. And then when you're ready, you can cross. And this one may feel different than the other one, so feel free to do something different here. This foot stays flexed. We're stretching this hip. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can hinge out to where it feels comfortable to you. When I hinge, I feel some more stretching right in here today. More stretching here. Whenever you're ready, slowly come back up and place that foot in. Now we're going to do a little more stretching of the shoulders. If this one gets too intense for you, you can always do this stretch or even bend the elbow and do that stretch. But we're going to twist and stretch in eagle arms. So we'll start here. We're going to inhale and then exhale to turn. Get your twist in. Digesting any food you've got in your belly. And we're going to move with the breath to come back around and cross over. And then we'll bend the elbows. And you can either touch the backs of the hands together or wind up into an eagle arm. This is where you can do that other stretch if this hurts or is too intense. It can be a pretty intense stretch. Be sure to breathe. That helps. And then we're going to inhale and lift the elbows just a bit. And then exhale, curving down into the lap. When you're ready, you can release. And then on your next inhale, we'll inhale up. Turn the palms to the back of the room. And then slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. I'll start here. And then move with your breath to come back around and cross in the elbows, touch the backs of the hands or wind up. Breathe and feel that good stretch between your shoulder blades, the tops of the shoulders. Inhale up and then exhale. And then when you're ready, you can release. And on your next inhale, and scoot up. Inhale, palms to the back of the room, and then slowly exhale. 5, 3, 2, 1. Now take just a moment to make any kind of movement you want to make. Get your wiggles out, loosen things back up before we sunshine pose and then go back to resting pose to finish up for today. We'll be ready to leave here into the sunshine, feeling good. So we're going to bring our knees apart, cup the hands, lean forward, but keep your head up. And then we'll inhale up, and then exhale. Good. And then we'll just sit back. Get really relaxed in your chair. Don't worry about your posture. Just let your chair take your weight. Get all slouchy. And start to breathe a little more deeply and slowly. Let your heart rate slow back down. Relax the place between your eyebrows. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth so your jaw can relax. Even relax your fingers and your toes. Just don't be gripping anywhere. Just almost like you're asleep. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to reawaken. Beginning with small muscles, fingers and toes, and then moving into the larger muscles, moving towards your core. Just awaken everything back up. And then we'll reach up really tall. Inhale, exhale down into a hug. Really give yourself a hug. Appreciate yourself and the effort you put in today. It feels so good. And say something sweet. And then when you're ready, you can give yourself a final little squeeze and release. Namaste. Namaste. Good to see everybody. We will be on a break next Monday. It's President's Day. So I will see you in 2 weeks. But you can always catch our prior videos on our YouTube channel. And then we know the weather forecast, so I am trying to get in touch with our Abe Lincoln performer for tomorrow. It's most likely going to be canceled. I just don't want to announce it until I've talked to him. So just, if you were planning to come either at the senior center or here, just call ahead or check our social media. All right. So I hope everybody stays safe. It's at 6 here. Yeah, it's supposed to be at 1 p.m. at the Senior Citizen Center tomorrow. So he has to drive from Lexington. So I'm trying to just probably call it off today so that he doesn't travel. Yeah. All right. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Have a good couple of weeks.